Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to turn reuse an old bed that's inside of our house. I'm going to take the rails, I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to make rail guides for our bunks inside of our bunkhouse in an RV. So stay tuned, I'm going to keep the video rolling and just check it out. I'll stop and show you important things along the way, and then I'll show you the final product. Alright, here I'm using a 4.5-inch angle grinder with a .035 cutoff wheel disc. I have marked out where I want to cut my headboard off. I'm making sure to make even, level cuts all the way around, and then I'm carefully taking the metal headboard off, not to rip it. I'm also using my roll-out grinder to clean off all the burrs. Alright guys, so I got my base cut. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to take a piece of angle iron. This is an old piece of metal I got from work. It's small, 1/16 of an inch thick. Now I'm going to cut this. I'm going to use this as my base that I can weld onto my upright, and then I can also screw to my bed bunk to help hold it in place. All right, here I am measuring the angle iron for the length of the headboard that I want to use. I actually was marking it and noticed that I actually want to shorten this thing a little bit. So I made a couple of changes in it, just cut the ends off, shorten it by about 2 or 3 inches. Then made the appropriate changes on my angle iron and proceeded to make my cuts. Here I'm using a conical shaped steel wire wheel. These steel wire wheels, they get the rust off of it, they clean it all up, they make it a lot easier to paint. If you spend some time here, it makes it a lot easier further down the process to apply the paint. I got my bracketry grinded down, cleaned up. I got it mounted and vice gripped onto my brackets. I got the welding surfaces grinded up and cleaned, and this is all prepped up, ready to weld together, be ready for final paint. As soon as that thing cools, so I'll bring you guys back and we'll put some paint on this thing, and then we'll let it dry, and then we'll get it mounted. All right, now that we got everything welded together, we're going to take some sandpaper or a Scotch-Brite pad to clean the metal up, scuff it up a little bit to apply our paint. All right, now I'm going to just wipe it down, get a little bit of dirt, dust, and debris off of it from sanding. If you want, you can get some mineral spirits and wipe on it, but that's an extra step I'm going to take today. Using a gloss black Rust-Oleum spray paint. Nothing fancy. All right, we'll let that dry, then we'll turn it over and we'll do the other side. All right guys, now that we got our bed rails painted, we got our 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch screws pre-drilled in our metal frame rails. I don't know if you can see the holes there. There's one hole there. There's another hole there, pre-drilled. You can use self-tapping sheet metal screws if you want to, but I just pre-drilled the holes in the sheet metal and just using 1-inch wood screws. And that does that. That offers a guard for my oldest son. He wanted a shorter rail here. If you look over the other side of the trailer, my younger son, same design, just a little bit taller. He wanted a taller rail. Felt safer in his bunk, so I just made them depending on what they wanted. And hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. We'll get back to you and hopefully give you guys some ideas of what to do for your bunkhouse. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you all next trip.